Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Let me pull up my other chat so I can see it here. Give me a second. Allow everybody to get in here and get ready for the Q&A. Let's see. It should pop up here. Ooh, Fish of Hex is live. Really? All right. So don't need that baloney. Let's pop out the chat. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. We're going to do our usual announcements, and then we'll get started. So let me make some room here. Got to get down Pornhub. Don't need that rocking right now. Oh, Fish of Hex, it's the same joke as last week. Yep, and I'm going to keep using it. All right, let's see here. Audio's good. Audio's good. Welcome to the live stream Q&A. This is your first time here. This is where we... what's up, bro? Or Darren? This is where you could submit your questions in the comment section or in the live stream chat. And they can be about anything, as long as it's reef related. I do answer personal questions from here and there, but yeah, reef related generally. And you can start adding those questions now. So for tonight, I'm probably going to do about a half an hour. And we're going to talk about why only half an hour in here in a second. So yeah, so you just got off work. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Please don't overcomplicate things in reefing. Well, Geek Music, I'm going to make it hard as shit. I hope you like it. And if you don't, exit the screen. Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so let's do our usual announcements. So if you guys want to know why I'm only going to last about a half an hour tonight is because, well, Scott knows, I was driving home last night. I had to drop a few things off about a half an hour away from the house, and I had the windows down, and something flew into the window, smoked me right in the right eye. I was on the phone with Scott at the time. I had to pull over. I was trying to flush my eye out with a water bottle, and well, anyway, long story short, I was up all night. I didn't sleep at all. Maybe I got like 20 minutes, and you know, I couldn't fall asleep at all. I was going to do a dirty joke, but I don't want to get banned already, man. Just started. But anyways, yeah, so I was up all night. I could not sleep. Every time I closed my eye, it felt like somebody was stabbing me in the eye. So I knew something was in there. I figured, hey, instead of messing with the VA right now, I'm just going to try to fall asleep. And if it still hurts in the morning, I'll figure it out. Well, anyways, I woke up in the morning and my eye was sealed shut with pus. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I got to call the VA. So I called them, and the usual, go to the ER. So I went to the ER. They didn't even see me. They just transferred me over to the eye doctor. And 2 doctors later, they ended up finding a piece of plastic embedded in my upper eyelid, and they had to go in there with a little forceps and pull it out. And I could see it on there. It's pretty gnarly. So yeah, so I'm exhausted, and I've been running around all day trying to get stuff done. And that's why we're probably only going to do about a half an hour. But then again, I did have some coffee, so maybe I'll get a second wind. But anyway, so that's why the chat might be not as long. Now, speaking of the chat, for those of you who are still members or you know, member of the YouTube channel, for people that have been emailing me, yes, I removed 2 categories: the extra content and the daily Q&A. For one reason and one reason only. I am not able to keep up with that content, and I don't want you guys spending even a cent on something that you're not getting. So I still offer one tier. It's the scrolling credits for $1.99 a month. If you want to be part of that and be added to every video that I upload that's not a live stream, you can do that by simply going to the channel and hitting the join button. But you don't have to. You can just leave a comment. I'm okay with that, or a thumbs up or a thumbs down or whatever. Doesn't matter. But I appreciate it either way. So that announcement's out of the way. Let's see here. Let's cross that off. The buy one, get one free is still going on for selected SPS on the website. And the new tank is up, the new imported system. I'll touch on that here in a second. There will be a video on that system on Monday. I'm going to work on it tomorrow and Sunday. As long as everything goes well, that video will be up on Monday, and you'll be able to see, you know, how I set it up. And we got our first coral order coming in on Wednesday. It's a whole bunch of Zoas. We got some Duncans coming in, some Recordias. We got some Green Star polyps. Just got a lot of beginner stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting that system rocking. So that's up and running. Let's see up here. New, what's up, corals? Can you have new system up? And last thing before we get into the Q&A, and you can start adding your questions now. Shit. the message that you guys get from my website, the 72-hour ship date message. If you've ordered from me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have changed that because with the sheer amount of orders that have coming in over the last several months, I'm not always able to ship out within 72 hours. And I'm talking about coral here. So I've extended that to basically you'll get a notification when it ships out. 9 out of 10 times I will ship your order out within 72 hours, excluding weekends. Obviously, I don't ship on Friday. So just understand you're going to get a different email on that. Now, when it comes to 3D printing, you guys know that I have 11 machines now. I'm pretty good in catching up on orders. When they come in, I just plop one on a machine and keep going. So I'm able to do 11 orders a day, which is really nice. So there isn't too much of a delay on 3D printed items. So that's it for freaking introduction and for freaking whatever the hell this is, notifications or whatever the fuck. So if I sound like a friggin' zombie or a corpse, I'm going to leave the politics out of that. You guys know why I'm tired. So let's go ahead and see what kind of questions we have. And if we don't have any, I'm going to go take a nap. Let's see. Scrolling up. Glenn said that the audio was good at 6:24 p.m. Okay. Glenn, who the hell were you talking to on my live stream at 6:24? I know it says 06:24, but it still says p.m. So at 6:30 p.m., Glenn, who are you talking to? And then we got Geek Music in here saying, love the tank. I usually just do soft corals at 6:52 p.m. So I don't know who you guys are talking to. Let me know. Maybe I was going live and didn't realize it. Hopefully not. Anyways, let's see. What's up on here? Let's see what you got. Who's this John? Who's this guy? What do you mean, what do I got? I got answers. You got questions. I got a live stream. You got entertainment for the next 30 minutes. I mean, what are you talking about? What do I got? Hit the thumbs up. Yeah, good idea on that. Audio's good. What's up, Darren? I'm just going through these, see if you guys have anything interesting to say. Just getting off work. Please don't open. I already said that. Hi, Dad. Gabe, that's nice. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Gabe. I'm glad I'm your dad. Last time I checked, aren't you like Mexican or something? So that's not going to work out. I'm what you call country white. So I don't think I could be your dad. Anyway. Is Aqua SD Rainbow Millie easy to keep? Well, usually Millies out of the grand scheme of Acropora. Millies and Staghorns are pretty easy, generally speaking. If you want to get into more complicated Acropora, Torts can be a little bit of a pain depending on your system. They usually like a little bit less light. But generally easy. I've never had it. But usually Millies are pretty good as long as you got a good amount of flow. What's up, David L? Good evening. What's up, man? Darren's over here from Rogue Aquariums. Just must be. Hopefully, you're not texting and driving because you got a lot of crap going on here. Let's see here. Evening. What's up? Only a half an hour. I usually only last half a minute. That's what she said. Paul, you can't bait me into this. That's funny though. Who was the joker who left the comment? I posted a picture of the extended algae glass cleaner on the YouTube, and this guy's like, great, now I have something to compare myself to. Oh, man, you guys are a bunch of animals. I appreciate it, though. I'm up for it. Okay, Hippo Tang's giving me problems. This Hippo Tang is giving me problems that I have. Okay, what's the problem? What's it doing? Is it giving you the bird or the fin? What's it doing? What smoked you in the eye, bud? Yeah, it's plastic, apparently. They said it looked like a piece of tubing. I don't know how that happened, and I'm just glad it didn't cause too much damage other than the fact that I can squint out of this eye currently. I definitely, it doesn't look good at all, but it's not in pain anymore, which is nice. David's over here, an eye doctor. Yep. There's a bunch of scratches on the cornea. Yeah, for sure. They saw that when they put the dye in today. And fun fact, while they were removing the piece of plastic, the machine, that has the lighting for the microscope to see inside the eye, the bulb died. And she's like, what do I do? So I had a guy come in and they spent a whole bunch of time trying to get that fixed. Plastic kills. Yeah, it does. Also, I'm trigger you. You good luck triggering me, bro. Good luck with that. You're just one joker out of a million that try to start shit with me. It's okay. Man, keep up the great work. Robert, I know it feels I had a piece of wire go through my eye in a few surgeries. Fuck that, man. Robert, man, I couldn't even imagine. So I don't even know how that would even, fuck, man. I couldn't imagine that. Damn. Well, at least hopefully you can see well. That sucks. What sucks is my hunting eye. I'm like, the first thing I said to the doctor, I was like, yeah, hopefully, I can still go hunting next week. And she's like, yeah, I won't worry about it. I'm like, okay, good. That sounds like a murder hornet flew in your window. Yeah, are those real? Sure, somebody's gonna get triggered by that. Ever since so Geek Magic music. Hey, buddy, I need you to put all I don't know what you're saying because you got like 17 different things coming through. And you're I don't know what you're getting at, man. I still want to know what's going on with the hippo tang so I can answer your question. This dude's asking the same question again. Let's see here. Let me see if there's anything interesting. Forgive me while I'm rambling. Feeling you on the nap front. Yeah, oof. Nap is an understatement. When I get to this point, if anybody's ever been really, really tired, I know I experienced this in Afghanistan, but when you get really, really tired, you get kind of the drunk feeling, a little tipsy. You start getting a little weird. I'm almost there right now. So if I start getting too weird, and that's the printer in the background, by the way. I'm building a new set for egg crates. It's pretty cool. Okay. First reef question. Q Balls Reef. Thank you for participating in the Q&A. Anyway, besides copper band, any reef safe butterflies? Not that I know of. Even the copper band is a little iffy. Man, that printer's a lot of shit. That's the only one that I know of, and I still wouldn't put it in my reef tank. I know they're pretty good with Aptasia from what I heard. They eat the feather dusters and stuff. But once they get a taste for SPS, it's usually downhill from there. Plus, they're a huge pain in the ass to get through quarantine. So, yeah, I mean, if you like them, cool. But nope, not my cup of tea. I got questions. All right, cool. Well, I got answers, bro. Put them in the comment section. Wife's out so I can watch this live stream. Why? She won't let you watch me? You cannot watch Fisher Hex. You can't watch him because he's got a potty mouth. So, yeah, hopefully that's not the situation you got going on there. But, whatever. Oh, hey, Travis. Hope all is well. Like your tanks. Thanks for sharing your reefing knowledge. Hey, no problem, Johnny. I appreciate you being here, leaving a comment. Did you get the verminted snails out of the 300? Yeah, man, I went in there and I plucked them out one by one, and made a fucking sandwich out of them. No, I didn't get rid of them. You can't get rid of them. You just can't. Take the tank down. But I have discussed in the past on how you can avoid them altogether, even with quarantining. And we talked about in the past what corals will not be going into the new system. I got them even after quarantining, which is extremely depressing. But, lessons learned. Hopefully the mistakes that I make on this channel, which we'll talk in later videos before we start breaking this tank down, there will be a lot of a lot of videos on the mistakes that I've made with this setup. And hopefully you guys can avoid them. I want the green slimer, but I can't find one at all. Well, go to www.fishofhex.com, go to Acropora, and click on the green slimer. Go to checkout. And there you go, buddy. All right. Should I worry about putting a tang in my tang do? Fuck. Oh God, what's going on? Excuse me. I'm either I'm reading this wrong or what's up. All right, Omar. Should I worry about putting a tang in my tang? Oh, I bet you meant tank due to the spread of ick and it wiping out my whole tank. Well, if you quarantine the tang before you put it in your tank, you won't have to worry about having ick unless it's already in your main display. So quarantine your fish. Scrolled all the way down. Typical. Oh. Yo, why are you coming in here and giving other people's websites away and making people buy coral from somebody else? I thought we were friends. What's up with that? All right. I prefer to call English-speaking tan American Spanish. Oh, Gabe. That's okay, man. All right. I asked how to control algae while keeping nutrients up last time. You ignored it. I let the algae run its course. Now it's crystal clear. Go take a nap. Oh, looked like somebody's butt hurt that I accidentally missed his comment. You know, maybe if you didn't have such a fucking generic name, I probably would stand out more and I'd be able to answer your question. Moving down. Oh, I think I answered this before. Any experience with a soul hell tang? I know I didn't pronounce that right. In a reef tank? No, nope. Oh, I know, Mark. I'm just messing with you. Don't worry about it. I see the other chat, so before I get to click on your comments, I can see what you guys are saying. So no, yeah, dude, don't worry. Hey, if I say something, don't get offended, man. I'm just joking around, okay? If I'm truly trying to be mean to you, you will know. Ask Scott. There's a mighty difference between me joking around and being an asshole. So don't worry, man. Don't get offended. It's okay. Okay, cool. Geek music. If I have to tell you one more time, I don't know what you're saying. You got 20 different comments going on here. I have no idea what you're saying. I can't help you if you can't help yourself. Take all your question, put it into one section, and then hit enter. Okay, thank you. Oh, Rick's up. On a new tank, as the need for calcium develops, would you start with 2-part or go straight to a reactor? Well, depending on how big the tank is, what your long-term goals are, calcium reactor and budget, by the way. Calcium reactor is my preferred method just because you can have a ton more SPS. You get a little bit more easy to dial in. I know there's a little bit of a learning curve, but trust me, it's not that bad. But if you're on a budget, 2-part does fine. I mentioned this to who was I? Oh my God, I can't remember who he was. I talked to on the phone from New Hampshire last night. Forgive me if you're in the chat and I don't remember your first name, buddy. Tom. I talked to him last night. And he one of the things I mentioned to him was when it comes to using 2-part, once you get to the point where you're using a lot of it, like on the 300, I was between 250 and 300 milliliters per day. Once you start getting into those ranges, you start having to worry about salinity fluctuation. So, for example, before I took that system down or before I start breaking it down, I would have to do a water change every couple weeks at 1.024 to bring the salinity down from 1.027 or 28 down to that 1.026. So that's one of the issues you'll find if you use a lot of 2-part. But if you want to make life easier and you got an extra few bucks, Rick, then just go with a calcium reactor and learn it, and you'll be good to go. So are you bringing designer Zoas or entry-level ones? My Zoas and ACAN collection has grown and starting to sell locally here. I'm going to do a little bit of both. There's 3 different tiers from the wholesaler, so I bought 3 of each tier. Obviously, there's significant difference in price when it comes to them, but I'm just doing basic beginner ones, and I'm sure I'll get lucky. They come in as random, so I'm sure I'll get lucky with a good one eventually. But the point of this tank is to really bring on some beginner stuff for people because a lot of people aren't buying SPS because they just don't know how to grow SPS yet. So I'm trying to bring this on and see how it does. But yeah. Maybe it's some been a rough day. I'm losing my 14-year-old boxer and need the distraction and laugh. Hit the thumbs up. Well, I apologize that you're losing your dog, man. That's an awful feeling, especially 14 years. That's a lot of time invested. So hey, I feel for you, man. Hopefully I can crack some jokes, and they definitely won't be any kind of dog jokes. Thanks for letting me know. But hopefully you can be a little distracted for about a half an hour or an hour to, if I pass out at the keyboard, maybe longer. But yeah, man, sucks that that's happening. I'm not really good with condolences. You understand where I'm coming from. I mean well, though. Okay. But yeah, appreciate you being here. Any care tips you have for chalice corals? I'm just getting into LPS and want to get a few. All right. Chalices have one thing in common, and they have sweeper tentacles. And I guess that thing is sweeper tentacles. I'm cutting myself off. Damn, pulling a fucking Biden over here. Oh, I knew I didn't want to do that. God, now I'm going to get flagged. Shit. Anyway, I've cut myself off mid-sentence. Anyway, yeah, sweeper tentacles are a huge problem with chalices. They just are. So if you're going to have them, keep them away from any coral that you don't want to get slammed. Basically, you can put chalices next to chalices. For the most part, there are some exceptions. But generally speaking, they tend to get along for the most part. And there it is. Yep, flag away. So I would just give it plenty of space. And those sweeper tentacles can be several inches, unlike Scott, who's not. So you will have to take that into consideration. Other than that, you're pretty good. Usually you keep them low. They're in lower par ranges. There's no problems with that. You should be fine. So, but yeah, that's a good shot, man. Yes, tips for encrusting corals. Okay. Tips for encrusting corals. Okay. As I mentioned to Tom last night, if you plan on having a tank up for many, many years, encrusting corals can be a pain. If you guys seen the 300, I lost a ton of corals because of encrusting montipores and stuff like that. Put them in places where you can control the growth, either on a separate. Yeah, I know, right? I'm reading the other questions here. Put your encrusting corals where they can be controlled, because that's the issue I see with people. Same thing with zoanthids. Put them where they can be controlled if you plan on keeping the tank up for a long time. Other than that, there's really no other tips. Just put them in based on where their lighting intensity is. Of course, an encrusting SPS is going to require a little bit more light than an LPS or anything, something like that. But yeah, that's basically the tips that I can give you for that. Plan ahead, and that's one mistake that I tried to not make, but I still did, and I think we all do at some point. What do clownfish harems eat in the wild on Thursdays? Is this supposed to be a joke? It's kind of like, okay, I don't know. What do they eat on Thursdays? I'm waiting for them to look in the other chat. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's a good joke. If it sucks, man, you're getting fucking kicked. So make sure it's good. Hey, Scott, keep an eye on this dude. If his joke sucks, kick his ass out. He's come back next week. You can't be making mistakes like that. Fucking up my chat. All right, moving down. What's up, everyone? T40 Reefer. What's up, man? All right, here's the hippo. Thank God. Geek Music finally here with a question. God, man, freaking. My hippo is losing the ick spot slowly, and I know how to treat it, but man, it's hurting the course because I have to keep the lights off. Okay, well, you came to the right place. I mean, based on your avatar, you need a little bit more help. But anyway, the lights have nothing to do with ick. I don't know who taught you that. Who told you that? It's another YouTuber. Just go ahead and put the name in the comment section. I gotta check this joker out. Who told you turning the lights off was going to be good for curing ick? If you want to cure ick in your main display, remove the fish, go fallow. That means without any fish for about 10 weeks. During that time, have the fish in quarantine. You can treat with copper or hyposalinity. And then just kind of, I was going to do another joke, but somebody's going to think I'm serious. So, because somebody might have been joking about, hey, man, you should turn your lights off. That'll get rid of the ick. That's not going to work. But anyway, yeah, do that. I'm waiting for this dude's joke to come in. Come on. Two please. I'm waiting for your joke situation here. He's afraid he's going to get kicked. That's what's up. But yeah, so if you want to fix the ick, go fallow, remove it, remove the fish, put them in quarantine, and then make sure you quarantine your fish in the future. That's gonna help your situation. Looks like Geek Music. You guys can let his comment go through, unless it's racist and gonna get me blocked or kicked. That's the only thing we can't allow in chat, guys, is the racist shit and all sorts of stuff like that, because you guys are gonna get me taken down. I already got enough issues. Anyways. Oh, Darren's here. Hope your eye gets better, bud. Thank you. One time when I was on my motorcycle, I got hit in the center mass by a damn bird. Almost knocked me off. Oh, that sucks, man. I don't mean to laugh, but I could see you just chilling on your bike, and then the face you must have made. You got hit with a damn bird. Oh, no, I don't mean to laugh at that, but it's pretty funny. Okay. I'm getting back into reefing. Where's the best place to buy rock? Well, if I would stay away from these, I thought that said D's nuts. Oh boy, I'm getting tired. Oh God, it says D's aquariums, not D's nuts. Okay. Anyway, if you're gonna get rock, get dry rock. Don't get live rock. Live rock has a whole plethora of problems. Get some dry rock. I know BRS sells it. Just Google dry rock for reef tanks. Get the dry shit, cure it. and then set up your tank. I got a whole video. If you go to the 300-gallon playlist, these nuts, you can. God, dude's face is in my head, man. the black guy. Oh my God. Oh shoot. Anyway, you can cure the rock. I gotta move on. I got a whole video on it. Go to the 300-gallon playlist. I'm gonna get distracted. That name's fucking with me. All right. Local reefer, Aquatics local reefer in PA. Keep up the amazing content. Hey, Justin, appreciate that, man. Where in PA are you? Be interested to know. He only has 1 o'clock spot left. Dude, if he has any spots at all, he still has ick. Just because the spots go away while he's in the main display does not mean the ick parasite is gone. It's going to live in the gills, and then it's going to come out when he's stressed. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I guaranteed if you look half as ugly as your avatar, every time you walk by the tank, you probably stress his ass out and he gets spots anyways. So, yeah, moving down. What's up? Scott's talking to people. I'm going through. I'm reading your guys' stuff. I can't put it all up there. Do you think you'll be getting another tank, Scott? Yeah, he's going to get one hopefully soon. Hopefully. Okay, currently running 2 black boxes on my 72-gallon. Will adding a 2-bulb T5 help with coral growth? Q-Ball, it depends on what your current par reading is. What are you using it for? I use T5 as supplementary to help with shading. It just makes the tank look a little bit better than having all that flickering all around. And of course, it does add par, but what is your par currently at? It's not going to make a huge difference. T5, unless it's a straight T5 fixture, you're really not going to get a ton of par from it. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Do bumblebee snails combat the verminous snails pretty well? I don't know. I had a few in there before and they did nothing. Best way to combat verminous snails is to never get them. That's pretty much it. And quarantine your coral. Remove the coral from the plug and put it through quarantine. If you have LPS, put it in quarantine for several months. Just do it. Even the time that I had that LPS, that big Lobo in quarantine, it wasn't long enough, apparently. Is a great white shark reef safe? Yes. Yes, it is. Do you know, fun fact, that they've never been able, and I'm probably wrong, to keep a great white in captivity? Did you know that? Apparently they get too stressed out and then they die. They just die. I could be wrong. Chinese probably did something by now and figured it out. But other than that, that's what I read a long time ago. And by reading, I probably saw it on TV. It was a joke, Trev. Yeah, I know it was, Mark. I already got back to you. Yeah, I know, I'm good. I asked him why he has a green slimer labeled as Walt Disney from Angry Owl Aquariums. I don't know. I missed that. Am I missing? Let me scroll up. Oh, what the hell you're talking about? Green slimer label. Oh, I don't know. All right, here we go. Do you quarantine corals and fish separately? Yes, I do. How long do you typically quarantine each one if you do? SPS coral, depending on where I got it from, will dictate how long it is quarantined for. So it's usually 30 to 60 days, depending on if it's from a good source. I know that it's safe. If it's a wild colony or from a wholesaler, it will be longer than that. Just because I removed the coral from the plug, I put it on a new plug, and then it just takes time to heal and to see if anything develops. But if it's from a local guy that knows got a clean tank, I'm still going to do a minimum of 30 days. When it comes to fish, it's usually about 4 weeks. Let's see here. Moving down. There we go. Moving down. You guys are talking shit. Scott's getting mad about the penis joke. That's okay. Are you going to sell any imported corals in the future, like Indonesia, for example? Yes, I have Indo stuff coming in on Wednesday. Starting off slow, and then I'll work my way up and get some other stuff. The prices, I know you guys really want hammers and torches and stuff. back when I was importing coral and I was selling those things, they're relatively cheap. I got heads for like, I don't know, 12, 15 bucks, and then I was selling for like 30, something like that. Now their heads are like $40 to $70, $100 a head. And I don't know if you guys still want to spend that kind of money because I got to double it. So I don't know. We'll see. We might buy something in the future and see how it goes. If I buy a few hammers or torches and they sell quickly, then I'll just buy more. But I won't do a ton at one time because I don't know if you guys are going to want it, and I sure the hell don't want it. So, all right, this guy's still talking about his hippo tang. Looking, how long have you been in this stream for? All right, so 17 minutes in on your time, you're still talking about it. I already gave you the answer, buddy. Okay, let's go. How do I stop spending money on my aquarium? Get rid of it. I know that's not the answer you want, but as long as you have it, you're going to spend money on it. So if you don't want to spend money, get rid of it. And use that money to become an alcoholic. It's another productive hobby, I guess. I'm kidding. Someone's going to get offended by that. Just kidding. Jesus. Okay. Travis, why are half of my Zoa colonies opening and the other half not? I've talked about this in the past. What you want to do is if you have some colonies opening and some that are not, the best thing you can do is at night, come down like, 3 or 4 hours after the lights go off, and look at your tank with the lights off. Bring a flashlight, get in there. You want to see if there's anything in the colonies. Maybe there's some kind of pest. I don't know if you're quarantining all your stuff. That's another. We can go down that road later. But you want to see if there's anything in there pissing them off. So if you got any Zoa eating spiders, nudibranchs, or maybe one of your fish like to sleep in it. I don't know. Whatever. See if there's anything in there pissing off the coral in the first place. The next thing, if there's nothing in there, you want to look at flow. Have you changed up your flow lately? Have you changed up your lighting? Assuming if they're not opening, they're not searching for light because maybe there's too much light. So consider seeing if your lighting is increased. Other than that, usually nutrients to a certain extent. And again, not all Zoas are equal. Some are going to be happy and some are not. One thing that you guys got to understand is if your tank water parameters are good, you got good growth by most of your corals are happy, don't make any changes. Never make changes to an entire system based on one coral that's not happy. There's always going to be one coral that's not happy. It's just the way it is, right? So make sure that you don't make any changes on that. So I don't want to go any farther. We'll leave it at that. How do you sanitize your Chaeto? Starting with a single strand, thinking of trying that. Buy from a source that's good. So if I had Chaeto, I might be a good guy you can buy it from, but I don't have any in stock right now. I will soon, eventually. But buy from a reliable source. One thing you can do is you can quarantine Chaeto. Start off with a small amount because the smaller amount, the less chance of having anything coming in with it. A common pest for Chaeto is going to be Aptasia, bristle stars, and Asterina starfish. Those are kind of things you're going to see in Chaeto. If you don't want bristle worms, crap like that, that's going to be in the Chaeto. What you want to do is inspect the Chaeto when you first get it, then put it in a separate tank. It could be a quarantine tank. You can set up a quarantine tank for Chaeto. People have done it and been successful. Usually what I do, if I get it from a reliable source that I know that this guy definitely doesn't have major pests. Maybe he has bristle worms, then I know he's good. But if he doesn't have Aptasia, he doesn't have anything major, I'll take a very small amount of that Chaeto, not one strand. Maybe I'll take 2 or 3 strands, whatever. I'm just kidding. A small amount of it, inspect it, even under my microscope. I'll rinse it underneath tap water because it's not going to kill it. And I'll make it as clean as possible. Then I'll throw it in my sump. But again, you want to, we kicking him out, huh? I thought it's because his joke sucked. Anyway, see you later, man. But yeah, you can quarantine if you want, or you can just make sure you get a good source of it. So moving down. Oh, here we go. Do you use anything to buffer pH when using a calcium reactor? No, I do not. I used to use a calc reactor along with the calcium reactor just as a test, and I did that more to make sure you guys how to make the video, and I gave that actually away to Scott, and then he took his tank down like a shithead. But you can supplement with calc if you want to increase your pH. You don't have to. Ideally, if you just plumb your skimmer outside and you got ventilation in the house, you're not farting in the room and it's sealed up all day and you're not just sitting there breathing. The pH should stay relatively neutral in your tank. So buffering isn't something that I've had to do since I've started it. But you can if you want. If you want to have 2 systems, you can. But don't throw in any pH buffers or anything like that. Just go watch my dosing channel, on my dosing videos on the channel, and you get an idea what I feel about those. Moving down. Local fish store has about 400-gallon tank in stock. Stocked it right off with like 50 fish, wrasses ran in, and they got velvet and nearly wiped out every one of them. Would not recommend the strat. Yeah, that's one way to lose all that. Can you imagine losing 50 fish? I know that they're a store, so they got the fish at wholesale prices, but still, that's a shitty move, man. That's awful. I feel bad for them. I feel bad the fact that they wasted the money on the store because, man, can you imagine what all the other mistakes they're making? Travis, I don't understand the coral collecting. I have the old school coral like Grandis and Softies because I'm a simple guy. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with being a simple guy. Ask Scott. He's pretty simple. Right, Scott? Man, I'm at 8:21 in the chat, and I'm at 8:36. I'm a little bit behind. We're going to go for a few more minutes, man. I'm feeling it. So, oh, look what we got here. We got Rogues Aquariums doing live fact-checking on the live stream. What are you, fucking CNN, bro? I am right, though. You cannot have a great white in captivity. Moving down. Jokes. Oh, wait. Do you recommend adding things that come from the ocean? Well, in some states, and actually, it's not really legal to take things from the ocean and put them in your tank. From what I've been told, I do believe you need to have a license. I know Brian needed to have a special license to even take out coral and inverts and stuff like that. So I would not recommend you go into the ocean, sticking your grubby little paws in the water and pulling out inverts and all sorts of stuff, because I'm pretty sure that's a fine and it's not worth it. So you can check your local laws and stuff like that, but I would not be doing that at all. Just don't do it unless you can get confirmation that it's okay. Where do I add my question? Just in the chat. New to the channel. Yeah, just put it in the chat, man. Yeah, just put it in the chat. You're new, so I'm not going to get on you, Eric. But yeah, just do that. Oh, shoot. I scrolled all the way down. Give me a second. Damn it. I don't know why it does that. Oh, we're talking about, yeah, back to the condolence. Not good with them either. All is well on that front. I do appreciate it though. Biden jokes, and that's what she said. Jokes do help. Yeah, I do my best, man. But hey, keep your head up, man. I mean, that's life. Unfortunately, being human, we tend to outlive our pets, which I've experienced many times. One of the reasons why I really like fish, because you get attached to fish, but it's not like a dog or a cat. Stuff like that. It just kind of sucks. So here we go. Next question. Omar, back at it. Unless this is the different Omar. Can I add 2 clowns to my main display and then add 2 more later? I would not do that. I have 4 clowns in the 300, and one is always getting his butt kicked because apparently 3 of them like doing dirty stuff on the torch coral. I don't want to talk about it, but they do some weird stuff in there. So I would recommend having a odd number. That's what my experience is. I know some people say to have an even number. I would get them all at the same size. I would add them all at the same time, and hope to God they get along. Make sure the tank has a lot of hiding places and it's big enough. Other than that, just have 2 clowns and be safe with that, because you're kind of playing Russian roulette when you start adding more than 2. It's just the way it is with clownfish. I was going to do a joke. Nope. Nope. Oh. Will the new house feature an in-ground reef pool? No, I will not. No. Nope. All right. How many corals SPS would you recommend to put in your tank at the same time? Well, that would depend on your ability to keep alkalinity stable. If you got enough water volume and you're able to keep track of your alkalinity and make adjustments as needed, then you can add as many as you want. I know people who have added 20, 30 frags of SPS at one time, and they just dialed in their 2-par or their calcium reactor over the next few weeks. And when it balanced it out, you're good to go. But if you're going to add a lot of SPS, you need to track your alkalinity daily, because at some point they are going to start to grow and use up those resources, and you need to make sure you catch them before you cause too big of a fluctuation. So you can add as many as you want, just stay on top of your alk fluctuation. Okay. Never go. Yeah, reef and chill. I hear you on that one. Oh, let me move over to this. Okay. You guys are answering geek music questions. Appreciate that. All right. What is your fish acclimation process? I heard some people recommend a quick process once temp equal. Okay. I've talked about this in the past, but I don't expect you guys to watch all my damn videos. There's like 650 of those damn things. What I have learned, and Brian taught me this, is if you're going to get fish in and they've been in the bag overnight, what you want to do is you want to float the bag for an hour or so, okay? Get temperature. As soon as you open the bag, you want to pour that water through a net, get the fish in the net, put it in the quarantine tank. Do not drip acclimate any fish that's been in the bag for more than a few hours. Because of that, the reason why I said that is because the fish is in there taking deuces, touching his fins. I don't know what fish do in a bag when they're by themselves. But either way, when you open that bag, the urine will turn to ammonia real quick when it's exposed to the oxygen. At that point, it will start burning the gills and it will cause the fish damage. Now, it's not going to be damage that you're going to see right away, but it will be damage that will happen within a couple weeks of quarantine. If you guys ever had a fish that was in quarantine for 2 weeks, eating, doing fine, and then you just found dead at the bottom of the tank, well, if you backtrack your process to acclimating them and you drip acclimated them after being in a bag, that's probably why they died. So temp it, float it, temp it, drop it. Fish are much better and easier to deal with temperature, or while temperature stable, with salinity fluctuations. They can deal with that a little bit better opposed to getting their gills fried off. So, yep. Moving down. Man, I got a few more minutes left in me, guys. Have you ever tried Flux RX for green hair algae? Doesn't work. John, I've never used it. There's probably a few YouTubers on here that have used it. You probably could check with them. You just got to look at their tank. If it's covered in algae, see if they tried it before. I'm just being an asshole. It's an inside joke, John. Don't take it personal. I do not know. Okay. There's Darren talking about getting smoked by a bird. Everyone's answering music's questions here. I appreciate it, guys. Don, hi. How's it going? Quick question. Do you think running pH at 8.4, 8.6 causes any issues? Thanks. Well, pH is usually determined by your alkalinity level and the amount of CO2 in your tank. So if you're at 8.4 to 8.6, you probably have a high alkalinity. So I would recommend not having. I know there's a chart out there somewhere that I used to have based on having zero CO2 in your tank, what your pH would be. So you're probably running high alkalinity. Most people recommend around 8.3. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll show you guys my fluctuation right now. That is not it. Let me pull up my pH fluctuation. I grow Acropora in this fluctuation. Okay. All right. So in the evenings, I drop down to like 7.6, 7.8 down here. This one got down to 7.56 because I didn't have my calcium reactor on. And I get up to probably a max. I almost hit 8 that day. So my tank has been like this consistently for a year or so. All right. And I grow SPS without any issues. So yes, there is a recommended, where you should be, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think the issue you're going to have with your pH being that high is your alkalinity is probably high. And the last thing you want to be is at high alkalinity or any extreme of the range. Try to pick a middle point between 7 and 12 and stay there. I got to skip a few questions to get through these because I'm running out of steam here. Try to do a few more minutes. Fun facts. Fish a Heck start a new segment. Yeah, fun facts. That's the only fact I have, Scott, about the great white. I don't have any more facts, at least none that are appropriate for Q&A for a live stream here. Okay, cool. You guys are still answering this guy's questions. Can fermented snails be transferred in coralline algae? Not that I know of. I mean, if you're just getting coralline algae and no fermented snail, then I don't see how you would get that. Fermented snails tend to grow on the rocks. I've yet to see any grow on the back wall. The only thing I've ever seen grow where coralline is is going to be like feather dusters and stuff like that, which are not a problem. They're different than a verminted snail. So yeah, I yet to see any in coralline, but you know, there's always a chance, I guess. And I guess anything's possible. Which would you rather have, a shrimp? Okay. Which would you rather have, a shrimp-sized dog or a dog-sized shrimp? A dog-sized shrimp. Can you imagine if you had a dog-sized shrimp? I need a lot of cocktail sauce, and I'd look like a fool eating that, and I don't give a shit. I would. But yeah, small dogs irritate me. I mean, I can't. Yeah, I just don't like small dogs. I just don't. Yapping and fucking you step on them. I don't like stepping on dogs. All right. 6 months is the longest time that they had one in captivity. And then after that, they banned Aquarius from trying again. Yep, that makes sense. What's up, Glenn? Are you just getting here because you were here like 6:30, leaving comments on my chat on my stream? So I guess being an hour or so early and a half an hour late is all right. All right, so we're going through the great white stuff here. I'm scrolling down, guys. I'm not trying to skip too many people. I'm just trying to get some basic questions out of the way because I'm gonna push an hour. I'm gonna do it. You guys have motivated me by these great questions that you have to help me keep pushing through. Not too many trolls. It's probably because we banned them all. We're gonna start. You know what I'm gonna do, man? I think we're gonna go through and unban some of these trolls, so I can have somebody to be an asshole to, because it's not the same. It's not the same. Guess my glass house is gonna fall, apparently. Moving down, you're right about the shark. Thank you for letting me know. The torch market is up to $600 depending on the torch. It's just how it is now. Yeah, I'm not interested, man. You know how many hookers you can buy for $600? At least 1.5, depending on where you get them. I mean, that's a lot of money, man. I wouldn't spend that shit on fucking coral. Moving down. And I do not condone buying hookers for $600. Just want to clarify that. Somebody's going to take that out of context. Moving down. Do I need a quarantine coral bought from your website? If it's my SPS, no. My SPS is clean. But I will be importing coral, like zoanthids, and it'll be certain soft corals, torch hammers, stuff like that. Yeah, you should probably quarantine that stuff because that's a separate system. I mean, I'm going to go through dipping and inspecting all that jibber jabber during the process of getting them. But, yeah, the only thing that you won't ever in the future, now and in the future, that you won't have to quarantine, but it's still a good idea too because it's a good thing to learn and do, is the SPS. Everything else you ever see on my website, you should probably quarantine. I mean, the Gorgonian is obviously in the 300. Anything not in the 300, you should probably quarantine. That'd be a good idea. What's a custom aquarium, please, you recommend? Place you recommend. CustomAquariums.com. They make some great aquariums. That's what I currently have now, and probably will have in the future. Time will tell. But yes, they make great tanks. You can tell them Fish and Hex sent you. I think you get like $50 or $100 off, something like that, if you tell them I sent you. Which is, a great deal on a $6,000 tank. I never understood that, but whatever, man. I mean, it's still something off, right? You could use that $50, maybe get a really cheap hooker in South Florida. I don't know, whatever. But just CustomAquariums.com. All right. Question. My Fritz is consistently under 7.3 DKH calcium, 350 mag is 1350 mag. Then I use the BRS calculator to add bicarbonate and calcium missing container. Look for follow-up and comment below. All right. Here we go. Next one. If I test immediately, the numbers are correct. If I wait 24 hours, it is super low again. How do I get my DKH to 9 and cal without precipitating out? Okay. Well, make sure you get your, you're going to have to dose it separately. So you got to get your, first thing you want to do is get your magnesium where it should be. What did you mention? Is that 1350? So, I mean, I usually keep mine around 1400. That's usually safe. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to go up another 50 ppm. So get your magnesium where it needs to be because that controls the balance between calcium and alkalinity. I'm running through this quickly because we got about 10 minutes left. And then I'm surprised that the levels are that low. I've never had a box of Fritz that was that low. I think the lowest I've seen is like 8.3. I've never had anything 7.3 ever. So what I would do, Glenn, is maybe double check your testing kits. Red Sea, Henna checkers, make sure everything's good. Double check it to make sure you're getting the right numbers before you make any changes. And I usually recommend that for everybody before they start making changes to the reef tank. So what I would do is, I don't know what you're using. You're using what, the BRS calculator. So go to 2-part. You obviously use the 2-part, and you can supplement. Testing right after you do water change is not really a good idea. You usually want to give the tank 24 hours to adjust to any major water changes before you test. So I'd consider either you can get a different salt if you want something with higher alkalinity. If you don't want to dose 2-part or have a calcium reactor, maybe they got the red box. It's got some higher alkalinity. Consider using that. If not, then add a 2-part system or something on there. But I wouldn't test any sooner than 24 hours. There's no reason for that. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Moving down. Oh, I'm a noob. Don't blast me too bad. Hey, man, Eric, I do a lot of joking around here. Just don't take anything personal. Other than that, you'll be fine, man. Don't worry about it. I try to make these entertaining. I mean, it's reef tanks, Q&A. I mean, how entertaining can it be? I just have to be a weirdo, and then people will, have somewhat decent time. Some people say that you have to use Fritz within 2 hours, but this makes no sense. Mixing tank should be taken. No, dude, I've had Fritz sit for weeks and no problems with that. Who told you that? Who told you that? Scott knows where I'm going. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. I have told myself, and I talked to Scott about this, I am going to be a good YouTuber. I am going to be nice. I'm going to cut down on the inside jokes during my regular videos, and I'm going to be a nice person. I'm going to, it's almost the new year, so I'm trying to get my new year resolution together. And I'm going to be a good YouTuber. I'm going to make nice content. You guys are going to enjoy it. You guys can watch me destroy my 300. We're going to do an update next week. You guys will be able to see how little coral's in there. And then, we'll just kind of carry on to other builds, and hopefully you'll stick around. And if not, then it wasn't meant to be. Okay. Moving down here. I have some crazy, almost clear algae. It looks like hair on or feather dusters. Any ideas on what it could be? Where's it located? Is it on the back glass? Is it on the rock? Usually algae isn't clear. If it's clearer color and it looks like algae, usually it's a bacteria. Usually if you have that kind of stuff, it's usually a bacteria film. So I'd have to see what it looks like to help you out with that, buddy. Can't really give you too much information. Hey, Travis, I was wondering if you're still selling coralline algae. I might have the wrong term. I took the coralline algae off the website because I took down the 40-gallon, and that was the tank that I was able to get it out of. Now, there's plenty of it in the 300, but if you guys want to see something funny, me trying to get coralline algae off the back glass of a 300-gallon reef. So right now, I don't have any available. I don't know when I'm going to add it back to the website. We'll see. I don't know. I just don't have any right now. I do apologize. Someday I will, though. Someday. Again. How can I fight dinos? Depends on what kind of dino species you have. If you want to know what species exactly that you have, you can go to my website and buy the dino identification. I send you out the stuff. You send me back samples. It's like a dino ICP test kind of thing. I look underneath the microscope, take pictures, send you the pictures, and I'll send you a guide to how to fix it. Other than that, Google it. Moving down. What's a good time frame to add acros to your aquarium? Frag tanks after starting. When your alkalinity, calcium, magnesium are stable and have been stable, you can keep your nutrients from bottoming out, and you have a good enough amount of light. Of course, do your par readings with a Senai Reef or rent one from BRS or something like that. As long as all those things are in check, then you're good to go ahead and add acros. I've added acros a month after setting up this tank, but again, I did cure the rock 3 months prior, so. You want to make sure that you're not in the middle of a cycling process, right? Moving down. I'm pretty sure I answered this question already, unless you put it in there again. If you're buying SPS and some LPS like the Gorgonian and Galaxia Coral, the stuff that's currently up on the website, you don't have to quarantine any of that. I do recommend you do, just for the sake of quarantining. I do send coral dip and stuff that you guys can use. You don't need it, but it's good habit I'm trying to build good habits with people. You should get in the habit of always dipping your coral, and you should quarantine it every single time, regardless of where you got it from. That's what I recommend. Do I have pests other than verminted snails? No, unless you count balls in tank. I was gonna go off, but I didn't. Yeah, I had to finish that sentence because somebody was gonna think I was talking about something else. Other than that, no. But if you buy stuff after the after Wednesday, like soft coral zoanthids and stuff like that, stuff that you just don't see in the 300, then yeah, that stuff is imported, and you should probably quarantine it. I can only do so much on my end. Small dogs matter. Yeah, I see your thumbnail there. Yeah, small dogs matter. Yeah. Yeah. I like stepping on cats too. I hate stepping on my cat. I feel awful about it. I don't like stepping on any animals. It's just I don't know. It just feels weird. I don't know. Don't like it. All right, moving down here. We got about 5 minutes left, and I'm cutting this stream. What kind of heater should I use for a water box 220.6? Well, I don't know exactly what the gallons are on that. If that's the gallons, then what you want to do is, I think it's what, 3 to 5 watts per gallon or something like that. All I know is I have 1,000 watts in the 300 gallon, and I'm at like 450 gallons right now, and it does fine with no issues. I don't exactly remember. You have to Google it. What the watts per gallon is the recommended? I think it's between 3 to 5, something like that. So do the math. And what kind of heaters? Well, if you're using an Apex, then I like to use the Phoenix heater that does not have the thermostat, and I just let the Apex turn it on and off. It depends on your setup, man. But I will say right now, if you're going to buy regular heaters with a thermostat, buy the highest quality heater that you possibly can. Yes, it's going to cost you money, but if you buy one with a reliable thermostat, you don't have to worry about it cooking your tank, and you don't have to worry about it, not turning on. So, and always use an Apex as a backup to make sure it turns off the heaters if it becomes an issue. How many hours do you run your T5s? Like 10 hours, and the main display runs for 12 hours, something like that. It's 2 hours less than the LEDs. Wrong kind of hookers. Oh God. What do? Okay. I'm scrolling down, guys. Hey, Travis, do you still ride your bike? I ride a pedal bike now. I sold my motorcycle a couple months back because it's just not a good idea. I'd rather go with like Harley or something that's a little bit slower. I don't need a crotch rocket anymore, man. I don't need that shit. I got enough problems. I don't need the tickets, and I don't need the death from that. If I'm going to kill myself, it's going to be falling out of a tree stand onto a giant buck. And then crushing him. That's about it. Moving down. Hello, I have a hawkfish not able to find food in the water column and bumping into rocks and such. Any suggestions in seeing anything like it? I'm not sure. It sounds like he's sick. You might consider take him out and put him back in quarantine. I don't really know too much about them as well. I never had one. All right, I think we're it. Oh, I got to the bottom of the chat. I did skip over a few. Hopefully, no one got upset if I skipped your question. If I did not answer your question, please come to the live chat, live stream next Friday. Now, understand, guys, I'm going to run about an hour next week as well, because Saturday, the following day after the live stream, is open day of archery. And you guys know that I'm going to be in the tree at 4:30 in the morning. And hopefully get some venison. Be nice. So that's about it for the live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is me. I do have different personalities, so I'm told. Sometimes I'm really tired. Sometimes I get so tired that I'm awake, like I am now. Sometimes I'm in a bad mood. Sometimes I got to take a dump. You know, the usual personalities. If you've been here for more than 2 live streams, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I can't promise you who you're going to get next week, but hopefully he's a nice guy. But don't make any bets on that. Anyways, guys, I appreciate every single one of you being here. I'm gonna unban a few trolls so we can have some fun next week. And I'll see you guys with a video on Monday. All right, peace.